She belongs to the street.
Yes. Welcome, and I mean welcome to the bottom of my dear heart. Welcome again to another session, another stream here on the Zero, or should I say, Chaos Rain Show. I'm Chaos Rain here. As y'all see the thumbnail, you see the notifications. If you get one, hopefully, if not, you know the deal. And today, I think this is a volume 2 of a pretty old broadcast I've done back in, was it 2021 or 2022? One of them years. I did a broadcast specifically on ladies traveling and paying for the D or the dick, or you want to label it. It got some notice, some views, maybe some likes, who knows. But back then, it was something that was, in my opinion, new to me. Because I noticed when it comes to human beings, traveling is not just a male thing. Women travel too, if y'all notice. And that's something that's not really discussed much because lately men are more vocal and more loud than the opposite sex per se. When it comes to traveling abroad or traveling for other means, whatever the case may be. And personally, I mean, traveling is good, in my opinion. I think more of us should be traveling personally as a people. But we don't do that. I'm not sure why we don't do that, but we should. But nonetheless, before I give you the title, or I give you the title, but before we begin, if you're new to the Chaos Rain Show, welcome to the Chaos Rain Show. You know the deal, you know the drill. You hit the red button, you hit the top notification bell for uploads and live streams here on the Chaos Rain Show. Also, follow me on Twitter at Chaos Rain 7. Add me as a friend on Facebook, Eric Rain on Facebook. And actually, there's no last but not at least. You could also join the Discord service that's on the About section on my channel. And now I have the Rumble link to join me on Rumble. That link is now on the About section on the Chaos Rain Show. Those links are in not only the description, but on the page on this YouTube channel, Chaos Rain. So please, follow me on those areas. If you so kindly. All right. Let me see. I'm making sure I have all notifications. I was looking around. Hold on. I'm trying to think if I missed anything. I'm not people sending these little stupid little weird bots. Put this here. Okay. I'm just going for my Discord service. Looks like I got everything on Discord, and let me check the Facebook side of things. And guys, this is the late night edition, so normally I might start doing these things early, but I'm still trying to figure out a good time to do so. But you know me, I get in when I get it in. You feel me? All right. And let's see what else I have here. Am I missing anything? Let me see. I don't think I am missing anything. Nope. Okay. So now, what I mean by paying for the deed, volume 2. Well, I'm glad you asked. I am glad you asked. Why so I come to this conclusion? Hold on. Happiness. Black woman. Diaspora dreams. and the Politics of Emotional Transnationalism by Bianca C. Williams.
Get me out of Jamaica because these niggas said they don't eat pussy. And his lady don't respect him if you want him to eat pussy. Ziggy Marley, this why you paddling alone, paddling alone, paddling alone, because you're not eating pussy. You rather stay here to eat pussy. Well, then you don't want a green card.
You're too fast, Emily, man. I know that we come here to deal with.
Eat some pussy, you get a green card. Eat some pussy, you're a millionaire. Eat some pussy.
Look, they done called security on us.
They done call security. They done call security because they don't eat no pussy.
You have a problem with that?
They won. Look, hey.
Something all right. Something all right, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now, a lot of people could say that could be a skid, you know, just for the likes and, you know, for the likes, for the attention. I look at it as more than just attention. It is the way of life, you know. As you know, the ladies, not only in America, but outside America, they don't mind getting their kitty scratched and get their kitties, ate up, licked up, all type of perversities. But it astounds me, and it means astounding that you travel thousands and thousands of miles to another country and you're asking for your kitty cat to be licked. I mean, in America, they said that there's very, very little males, especially when it comes to black males, because, black males in America compose roughly 6%, maybe less, of the population. And there's like maybe under 6.5 or roughly almost 7% women. And behold, women, are more than men, not only in America, but anywhere around the world. There's not one ratio in the world, not just America, but in the world, where there's an even ratio between men and women. And you're never going to find that, because at the end of the day, men are always doing things and they're always in a state of warfare amongst each other. And usually when in the state of warfare, there are casualties to war, as you know. And I'm not sure why people don't notice that, But I notice it. And I'm going through some things. So with the casualty of war, right, is followed that there's always gonna be less male population. Always. So what women going to do? They're going to either do two things. Either they're going to share a man, or they're going to try to snag or go somewhere else to get a man. In regards to the lovely ladies, it's evident that they will travel with their money, mostly your money, unfortunately, to go get that D. And I'm skipping real with y'all, because they're not going to spend their money, mostly. And I remember a particular broadcast by the old man talking about how, or was it old man or somebody said how most women, I think it's him, that how women are cheap in regards spending money when it comes to in our group. And not just only black women alone like to be cheap spending money in our group. Men at times are cheap as well. I think most likely when we talk about spending money towards each other, we have a certain affinity to always get a deal and always want to come up over another man and woman. Unfortunately, it is what it is. Well, now we could say it's usually a slave mentality, because it breeds distrust. It also breeds that, we don't want to spend money to see other people shine and grow. Wherever the case may be, we don't like spending money towards each other. And it's going to come to a point you're going to have to start spending money with each other anyway. But regardless what it is, ladies will travel across or abroad and want to get the same outcome, the same value, the same work for less when it comes to black folks. And that's only in a perfect world, but we are not in a perfect world. The world's kind of effed up if you think about it. So I'm just looking. And because the world's so screwed up that ladies, when they travel, and there are stories of their travels that they're doing just as much as sexing and having much fun, just like the fellas that travel. And I think they're probably doing more because most likely when women travel, they don't really pay attention to that. I think when women travel, they expect that women are going to be paying something and they're going to be, engaging as well with the locals. So when they talk about the young black men or men that's underage, you get away with a lot of things when you're not in America. If you notice the age or roughly the so-called age consent in America, and it's fine print, which is hidden, and you have to search for this. Certain laws have not been changed from the age, which is roughly 12 years of age in America. Now, you notice there are certain laws put in the books, as it said, that for all the first 32 states, and it's roughly 50 states, so that leaves you with the other 18, that age of so-called legal consent or somewhat consenting age is 16 years of age. So if we had to roughly do like a rough estimate, we could say in America the roughly 16.9 to 17 is the range of legal conceptualization in America. And that's just the legal side of things. And you always hear it from a lot of people talking about is legal consent. And really truly, if you go by the books and law, then you're always going to be fooled because let's be honest, their Roman laws have never changed because all their laws that we followed came from their homeland, which is Great Britain. Now, I hope people are noticing that. 1 second. So, let me just grab this. Wait 1 second. So what I'm getting at is that, when they talk about these people are going out of the country looking for sex and paying for sex, I mean, it does go both ways, unfortunately. As much as I don't want to say that, but it is. And one thing I will probably deal with more further clarity when those that will watch this and will rewatch the playback of this, I found an old I found a very old video or a movie that came out in the 70s. And this really entails sex tourism during the 70s. Now, as you know, with the ladies, and we all know it's not just black women alone. There's other racial women, like white women, maybe Asian women, or any other ethnic group of women do travel in the Caribbeans, especially to look to get their backs blown out by black men of any age, not just consenting age, but also as young as maybe 15, 14, maybe, I don't know, possible. So they're getting their backs blown out and they come back home somewhat rejuvenate and refresh. In that same book written by Bianca C. Williams might talk about that in detail. Now, I can't go into the details of the books because there's no book series on this yet. But as you know, it's probably coming very soon. So like I said, be on the lookout for that. I mean, somebody's going to cover it eventually. Okay, so this is what I will do. And I'm just checking one more thing before see this the right one. Okay. All right, let me do this. let us begin, and I will play segments of this. Now, mind you, there's some humor and comedy over this, but to let y'all know, this movie, this comedy skit, I think it was produced in Jamaica. I believe it was. Yeah, it might have been. Yeah, that this is going to entail the early stages of how the tourist system works somewhat in Jamaica in regards to these women that travel and are looking for a nice rejolt of life. So, oh wait, I forgot this. I have to put this. I gotta put the banners up here. No further ado, as y'all know, these are the beginning stages of ladies paying for the D. So, no further ado, we will begin with the word fair use. Enjoy.
Have you finished clearing up the mess you made outside yet?
Yes, sir.
What?
Yes, sir.
Relax, man. Oh, you look so frightened. The white people never eat you, No, I've been watching you. Listen good, because I don't talk more once. Now, the first thing.
Now, don't be. Hold on, let me do this. Try not to be too alarmed of the, I guess, the language these two men are going to be exposing or expelling. Because let's be fair, honest. This is some old broken English. Hold on, let me see. Mic working? Yes, working. Okay, so see if y'all guys could follow through if you can, if possible. Anyway, let's continue. The fair use is in effect.
Fix up your clothes! No, if you're going to work with me, you have to look better than this. You not only have to look better than this, but you have to smell better than this. You check it?
Yes, sir.
You ever hear of a thing called deodorant?
No, sir.
All right, give me $1.
Now, as you know, I believe this young man might be of age, maybe 17 or 18 years of age. I could be wrong. As you know, in Jamaica, because this is a film directly from Jamaica, from what I believe, that it is a third world country, somewhat of a poor country in certain parts of Jamaica. But, a lot of young people like him are out looking for work, and most of the work, on the average, is mostly service work in Jamaica. Now, if anybody that's Jamaican, real Jamaican, that's born and raised in Jamaica, please, you could probably leave a comment for further clarity on this if you can. But really, roughly, most young people like him, works for these hotels and stuff. This is how they make their ends meet. Some part of ends meet. It's a service economy, service country. I think most of the bulk of people in Jamaica and the island make most of their money majority in tourism and in their music. Last time I checked, but that's what I could recall. I could be wrong, but further research needs to be done on this. But anyway, let's keep going. Fair use in effect.
I don't have no money, sir.
I'm going to buy it for you. You owe me $1. Now get me a plate. I'm going to show you something. Plate. Plate!
Yeah, man. I think this man is not from, he must be born in the wilderness or something, most likely, because he didn't know what a plate was. So that's telling right there. But anyway, fair use in effect.
Sit down. Sit down. Now, imagine that you are the guest and I'm the waiter. And the first thing is when you put in the plate, right? Now, you see where my hand is? Don't do it like that. If you do it like that, you see what happen? You don't see what happen. Nose gonna under harm.
I would say the man must be musty. He must have stink. Anyway, let me keep going. Fair use.
Beho, that is what I'm talking about. Now you try that. Right, straight up here. Let me see your face. Smile, man. Smile. Smile, master. Jesus Christ. You can't be a wait if you can't smile, no, man. Smile up. What happened to your nose?
It's leaking, sir.
Jesus Christ.
Oh. Boy. This is the 70s, I tell you, man. I don't know if anybody was born in the 70s, but that's how they used to live. Unfortunately, it looks like that's how they live. Yeah. Now, everybody that's going to be listening to us and come in and say, what's this? This is like a Jamaican movie that came out in the mid-70s. And it's showing you how hotels were run during them time, including the first introductions, besides many movies that don't talk about sex tourism or how these, as you can tell, Jamaican men make their money, if you know what I mean. Let's keep going. Fair use and effect.
Tell me something. What you used to do before you come to the hotel?
I used to be stopping sugarcane the country, sir.
What? Stopping? Master, you're going to be in plenty of trouble if people can't hear what you're saying, you know. Straighten up yourself.
Now, I think what they mean, I think he used to collect sugar cane. I could be wrong. Collecting sugar cane. I think that's what they mean by sopping. Could be wrong. Or collecting. Yeah. As you can tell, this young boy doesn't seem like he went to school either. And that's another thing that you got to understand, gentlemen. A lot of ladies that travel to Jamaica or Trinidad or any of these third world countries particularly, they don't mind dealing with a young and dumb. I mean dumb, literally. Black men. I mean, they do this in America. Think about it. You always hear about this stupid notion about pookies and raries and all this nonsense. It's evident that they do love to deal with very much an uncompromised male. Real talk. Hold on, guys. I'm just looking at something right now. Hold on. All right. So let's continue. Fair use.
What am I really gonna do with you? Report you to the manager? Tell him that you are no use?
No, sir.
No. I wouldn't do that. Because I like you. You're a nice boy. Tell me something. You have the sisters?
5 and 6 brothers, sir.
Any of them bigger than you?
No, sir. Me the biggest one, sir.
Your mother and your father work?
I don't have no father, you know, sir.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. Bastardization. Also in the island. You know, this funny thing, they said because there's so much love ladies in Jamaica, especially with fraternity fraud, the government, especially I think in Jamaica now, has now put laws put in place now. They have to make sure that the fraternity is matching. So when I hear a lot of men in the space talking about Jamaica as the highest fraternity fraud, yeah, they are. But here's the funny thing: they are now putting laws in place now to deal with the fraternity because well, all these bastard children that they're having, either by choice or whatever, a lot of these it's been proven evident that they have really foregone the dudes that they love to screw and put the babies on the next man, and it's becoming conflict over the island of Jamaica. So now, because the governments have noticed this and a lot of men are exercising their option of fraternity, make sure it's their child, they make it mandatory now in Jamaica. So that's a good sign, I guess. Anyway, let's keep going. Fair use, fair use.
Your mother expecting you to look after the children?
Yes, sir. So depending on me, one.
Now, if you use your head and you're smart, you can make plenty money in your tail, you know. But you have to follow what me say. Now, me's what them call a man. A sea man. You know what that mean?
Yes, sir. You're upon ship, sir.
No! I said sea. Sea! I mean sea as in rooster. You know that mean now?
Yes, sir.
Cool. No.
If you're not familiar or don't know, he's one of them dudes that really put some serious dick in a lot of women for the right price. Because, mind you, the men in the West Indies, especially in Jamaica, don't just give out the dick for free. And we know that, and I think through her book, Miss Bianca, if she goes in detail, how, a lot of sisters want to, pay for it for cheap. Nothing's cheap nowadays. I don't think it ever was cheap. So let's keep going. Fair use and effect.
Most of the girls that come to the hotel, they don't come for sunshine and beach as I say now. You know what they come for?
No, sir.
You know what girls like most of all?
Yes, sir.
You have to give it to them. Tell me something. You're well blessed?
Sometimes, sir.
You have to get yourself together. And most important, you have to charge them. Not directly, but you have to make them pay. Tell them a hard luck story. Tell them your mother dead. Your child is sick and is in the hospital. You have to work them over. They'll pay.
But don't me go and do that, sir.
Simple man, simple man. Sit down again, let me show you. Now, imagine that you are the guest and I am the waiter.
Now, what he mean by charge, he means that he has to pay, make sure that these women pay him and compensate him for his time. As y'all know, remember, this is during the 70s. This is back in the 70s. People didn't know that. They're going to make you pay in charge. And that's something that people did not know about. That's my check. But, like I said, this man has been, exuding his, masculinity on a lot of the foreigners or the people that travel to Jamaica, particularly ladies, to have a really good time, to have a good time. So that's something that if you didn't know, you know now. So when a few content creators have been talking about, say these women are paying for it, they're definitely paying for it, not only the time of these young Black men in the islands, but also paying and going to pay. And word on the street is they're saying that a lot of non-Black women are actually paying these men and paying more for their time and their talents, if you know what I mean. And it tells you about the mentality of Black folks. We're very cheap. Very cheap. Not only the men, but also the lovely ladies. But anyway, let's keep going. And as you know, as you watch further, and you will understand that this notion of sex tourism when it comes to the ladies, this is not just something that is a myth or something that is not being discussed. It's being talked about because there are movies that depict a lot of these behaviors the lovely ladies are engaged in. Keep in mind. I'll give you the name of the movies in a sec, but let's keep going. Fair use and effect.
I should be a teacher, boy. Now, you have to use your brain. Before you check the chick, make sure that she's alone. Right? Good. Now, imagine that you're the guest and I am the waiter and you're having your soup.
Where the soup is, sir?
Imagine, man. Imagine the soup, like so. Good. That's better. So, I come in. Enjoy the soup, madam. Yes, master. Look. If you're a Black man and you can't play a part, you're gonna starve to death. The first thing you have to learn to do is play a part, right? Now watch me do that. Enjoy the soup, madam.
Yes, thank you.
You're looking lovely tonight, madam. Would you care to see some Jamaican night spots? You hear what I said?
No. What is it, sir?
Forget.
Hold on a sec. I gotta mute myself. All right, I'm back. I'm convinced this is just me. Mine, just me. I think a lot of lovely ladies love messing around and screwing dumb, stupid Black males, in my opinion. I'm convinced they love they love it with a passion. I don't know what this is about them, when they go around and do this dumb stuff, but they sure do love screwing dumb Black males. Yeah. Oh yeah. They sure do. It baffles me, in my opinion. But it is what it is. I'm just checking something right now. All right, let's continue. Fair use and effect. And watch closely.
I never hear what you said, sir.
Your hawks. You should like to see some Jamaican night spots because she's lonely. If she say yes, you agree to meet her outside the gate. Then it's down to the beach.
I'm going to lick out, sir.
Right. Now, I am the guest. I'm going to be a lady. And I want you to try and date me, right? Smile. Now try and do it.
Dinner.
Remember the armpit.
The man must. He's oh man. All right, let's keep going. Because if I don't know if I'm making through this little segment because it's supposed to be educational. Fair use, fair use.
No, try it again.
Yes, the armpit.
Dinner.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Enjoy the dinner, ma'am.
Oh, it is very nice.
You want more food on the plate,
What? Listen, I'm losing my patience and my temper, you know. Last chance here, sir. And remember the arm.
Oh man! Oh gosh! Oh. All right, fair use effect. I'm gonna try to get through this guy. I should not be laughing at this guy. Like I said, this is a comedy movie, so if I laugh, it's supposed to be somewhat funny. Allegedly, fair use.
Armpit. No, try it again.
Dinner.
Thank you very much, sir.
Can I take it out?
You're scared. Mistake. You can't touch a woman.
Hold on, I gotta mute myself now. Oh my goodness. This man committed sexual what do you call it? What do you call it? Sexual harassment just by doing that. I tell you, man. See, now mind you, there was no sexual harassment at that time, but normally in the case back in them days, 70s, I think back in the 70s, he would lost his job. Straight, right there. You can't be touching the customers. But it goes to show that he's not pretty much literate, much as somewhat educated enough, or because he lives in the woods, in the hills. As you can tell, how his demeanor, how he moves, how he speaks. This is a pretty much close, tight-knit brother. This brother is isolated from the actual physical environment, i.e., the cities, the towns. But as you could tell, he comes outside his comfort nest to go into these resorts to make money for ends meet for his own brothers and sisters. So obviously, this guy that's mentoring him, another waitress, as you can tell on the right, that's sitting down. He's trying to give him some game, and this is old school game, probably old dirty Mac, if you want to call it, maybe in that way. That he's trying to school him, say, you want to make real money? This is what you have to do. And he's trying in the best way possible to take and heed instructions. But to no avail, he's losing and failing miserably. But will he get it right? What y'all say, people? Will he get it right? Or the guy's going to stop, trying to coach him and say, you're on your own. Let's see. Fair use and effect.
Suppose she don't like you. It's what you want to do. Get the two of us in trouble. You know what happened? Me finish. You're a failure.
But sir, beg another chance. No, sir. I'm nervous, you know, sir.
No, man. Take 2 weeks and watch me.
Please, sir, one more chance, sir. Remember me, mother, sir.
All right. But one more skid and it's out.
Sit down. Sir.
All right, this is his last chance. Will he succeed or will he fail? This is, mind you, this is a young apprentice in direction of sex tourism. Learn the basics of how to really, sweeten and, entice and get the ladies nice and wet so they could open their purse and give him that American or that what they call Jamaican moolah. Very civic.
Here is your dinner, man.
That is better, boy. That is much better, boss.
Enjoying the dinner, ma'am?
Oh, it is very nice, sir. Very nice.
You're looking handsome tonight, ma'am. Can I take you out to see some Jamaican night spots?
Boss, boy. Boss. Boy, I said to find you, I got to follow a trail of dollar bills. Now, only thing to finish up now. You hear right talk around the back?
Yes, sir.
You know Jamaican?
Yes, sir.
Well, around the front is a different thing, you know. You have to check by them accent, right? Now you have English, Americans, and Canadians. Forget about English. They're too stingy.
Oh, God, this is crazy. Guy said, forget about the English. They're too stingy. The English got a whole lot of dollars. What are you talking about? You better get the money from... let's keep going. Fair use, fair use. This guy's crazy. Who do you think got most of the money? White people, especially the English one. What are you talking about, man? Hell, last time I checked, wasn't Jamaica run by England? They still controlled by England. Last time I checked. I could be wrong. Anyway, let's keep going. Fair use in effect. Fair use.
Americans and the Canadians.
Oh, I forgot. Please, guys, hit the like button. Likes are free, man. Don't be stingy. You know me. Like, hit that, smash that like button. I know y'all want to see this, understand this, all that good stuff. Fair use, fair use, fair use in effect.
Almost talk the same. So I want you to concentrate on the American and that'll do for the Canadians, right?
Yes, sir.
No more that yet, sir. When the Americans say Saturday, they say, Saturday, man. Saturday.
Saturday.
Hmm?
Saturday.
Yeah.
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 You cotton picking son of a gun.
You cotton picking son of a gun.
Suck it to me, sweet man.
Talking to me, tweet now.
Forget about the twang. They not. Yet. All right? But I'm going to smile. And remember to smile.
All right, stop right there for a second. I'm going to probably fast forward it because I want to get to the part. I want to get to the part when he's going to shoot his shot in layman's terms. Let me see what part it starts. Okay, now I remember. So I'm gonna fast forward now, guys, and you're gonna see that part. let's see. Matter of fact, let me lower this because actually, can I do it in the background? Let me see if I could do it back here because I want to timestamp it. All right. Let me see if this is the one. Okay, I'm gonna play it in the background. See if this is the one.
Okay.
Let me have it back, Smith.
I'm back. Oh, yes, I have it back. Good, yes. Thank you very much. Okay.
All right. Let's see. Okay, this might be the one. All right, guys. Fair use and effect.
The chick in the broad hat and the dark glasses. That is your chick. Tonight is your big night. Cool?
Everything. Look, sir, if you have the fish, you can't have the steak. There's a choice.
Look, Mac, we're on a package tour, right? Everything inclusive.
I'm gonna fast forward this, guys. I'm gonna hold you up. I'm gonna mute and find a spot. Be patient. Oh, as I'm fast forward, please hit the like button and share the stream. And also, if you're not subscribed to the Chaos Reign, please subscribe to the Chaos Reign channel or Chaos Reign show. I'm sorry, I'm still trying to get used to it. This is a show nonetheless. Don't be staged, don't be scared. Hit that red, hit that like. You know the deal. Fair use. Wait, actually, before I fair use, let me fast forward.
Right? So bring everything, right?
You mean?
That's right, fella. Bring it out. Everything. Jesus. Gotta stand up for your rights.
Okay, I found it. This is his night. Will he seal the deal? Let's check. Fair use and effect.
Thank you.
She's back here before.
Yes, sir.
And she's ready for the steak.
Yes, sir.
You know what to do?
No, sir. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yeah.
Relax, man.
Enjoy the soup, man.
Now, mind you, as y'all know, just for clarity, this was the 70s. And we all know a lot of black people, men, especially women, depending if you're a black man at the time, if you was a well-established black man or you served the military, you able to travel a little more. Unlike the ladies, there's not really much restriction of them traveling. I think most of them did start their travels around the 70s, particularly, but it really started to heighten during the 80s, particularly. So keep that in mind. But can this young black man seal deal with this European woman and get the chance to get all her money? Let's see. Fair use in effect.
You startled me coming up like that.
Enjoy the soup, ma'am.
Yes, very much. Is it a native recipe?
Me no know, ma'am. You looking... You're looking handsome tonight, ma'am.
Well, thank you. You're very charming.
Yes, ma'am. But you're looking lonely tonight, ma'am.
Well, would you care to join me?
Yes, ma'am. It's not allowed, ma'am. But I can meet you after, ma'am. By the car park, ma'am. And we can go down to the club, ma'am.
Well, I'd like that.
All right. Enough of that. Let me lower this. If y'all can hear me, good. There's more scenes to it. As you know, he goes in the beach with the older white woman. I think she's either a professor, she worked a certain 9-to-5 job, to give her the luxuries to, to afford to travel the way she does, to, receive the D from, the West Indian boys and also men. And there is a notion in terms of rent to dread that does exist in Jamaica. And a lot of men that are, Rastas don't discriminate with their own phallus when they're, injecting and blowing the backs of a lot of non-black and black women in Jamaica. Especially ones that come from America and they're looking for a good, let's just say that they need an extra release and they need their fire, lit out. And they go to the Caribbean to find that man to unknit their fire, for lack of a better term. So, yeah. But, it goes back to the notion that, you ladies are going to be paying, if not ready, for the D. And as you know, from the more evidence from not only this book, but there are some videos now. I think one particular woman from Bianca C. Williams, now that I think about it, she does talk about it. So you know what I'm going to do? Let me see if I have that video on deck. I might have it on deck. If not, let me transfer it here. And we're going to look at this video. Since we're here, we're going to look at this video. And she's going to explain a little snippet of the book, which really every person should read anyway, of this. So let me see if I can pull up now. If I can know where it is. Where is it? Where is the videos? Where's someone from Bianca? Okay, I found her interview. So let me extract it and send here. And as we go into it, let's do a quick reminder of, the thing that a lot of women are expecting and wanting, but they're not getting in America, but they sure as hell travel to the West Indies, particularly Jamaica, to receive that good. Shall we see this? Let's take a look at it.
Pursuit of happiness. Black women, diaspora dreams, and the politics of emotional transnationalism by Bianca C. Williams.
Get me out of Jamaica because these niggas said they don't eat pussy. And his lady don't respect him if he want him to eat pussy. Ziggy Marley, this why you paddling alone.
Yeah, they will choose to paddle alone. They don't want to go down on your box. Because your box has been potentially been, exploited enough, sweetie. if you had to go ahead and beg a West Indian man, whether he has dreadlocks or he's a bald head or whatever type of black man, to go down on you and suck and eat the essence out of you, you have another thing coming. Now, I can't say most women, Western women, going, well, let's say a good portion do go down there and want that done. You know, I don't see most men signing up for that. They'd rather stay in Jamaica and say, oh no, you can keep your box. Yeah, we're good. Even the ones that, you know, spend money, if that's what you want, it's hard to fetch that you're gonna find a West Indian man, whether from Barbados, Trinidad, or even Jamaica, willing to go down on you and, you know, give you the good service. It is what it is. Let me see what's going on. But anyway, let's keep going as I'm trying to find fair use and effect. Well, not really fair use, but you know what I'm talking about.
Cause you're not eating pussy. You rather stay here than eat pussy. Why then you don't want a green card?
You're too fast, Emily, man. I know that we come here to deal with.
Yes. They're selling green cards. Yes. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. You want your green card? Please get on your knees, West Indian man, and eat the box and enjoy it. Enjoy the nectar of the Western woman, because her loins, her womb will bring forth life, as she expected you to clean up very well after you're done. But, you know, like I said, most West Indian men are not going to go down and take that risk. Like the man said, he would rather stay in a nice beach, the nice blue seas, where all the fruits are abundant, the nice fresh bananas, the fresh what do they call it they have down there in Jamaica? Sour sops, the mangoes, the guinep. What else is down there? A lot of exotic fruits. Oh, don't forget the pineapples. I think pineapples grow down in Jamaica too. Those. And not only that, sugar cane. Yes, they rather indulge in that than anything else. But anyway, let's keep going.
Eat some pussy, you get a green card. Eat some pussy, you're a millionaire. Eat some pussy.
Look, they done called security on us.
They done call security.
They done call security
Because they don't eat no pussy.
You have a problem with that?
They won. Look, hey.
Something all right. So.
But you get the point. Looks like I found the video. So let me pull up. Where is it? Okay.
Travel and tourism and within.
Hold on, guys. Looks like it's running for a delay. Yeah, it's slow. It's sluggish.
I don't know that mine lies in Jamaica. So.
Hold on. Let me fix this, guys. Let me do this, because it should not be doing that.
So my family's from Jamaica.
All right, hold on, guys. Let me fix this. I'm not sure why it's doing that. All right, let me see if this will fix it. All right.
Welcome to Left to Black. I'm your host, Mark Anthony Neal, here at the John Hope Franklin Center. We are joined today by Professor Bianca. Williams, who is associate
This thing not working. This ain't working.
professor in the Graduate Center at the City University of New York. She is the author of The Pursuit of Happiness, Black Women, Diasporic Dreams, and the Politics of Emotional Transnationalism, published in 2018 by Duke University Press.
Yes.
All right, this is what I'm gonna do because the audio and the video is not keeping up, is streaming lagging. I'm gonna run the actual link to it. So I'm gonna use my speakers because for some reason it's not playing well. I correct that. Yeah, I'll see the picture. This is the lady right there in the picture with the book. So this should work. Make sure y'all share the stream too. Okay. Okay, this looks like this is the right one. I'm gonna turn the volume a little bit.
Published in 2018 by Duke University Press. A 2009 graduate of the Culture and Anthropology Department, PhD. Here at Duke University. How you doing, Professor? I'm doing well. Thank you. One of the things I love about this book, and you talk about it in the first chapter, when we think about political projects, you know, we think about land, we think about money, the power of the vote. You talk about happiness. That's a political.
And before I continue, guys, I'm going to listen to my other device, make sure the volume is loud enough so y'all can get it. Okay, you know how quiet sound is nowadays. So as I'm adjusting this, where is okay? All right, so let me play it now. See if this is good.
Sure. So the book is argument that happiness is pursuing happiness is a political project for Black women, inspired by Melissa Harris Perry's Sister Citizen and the work that she's doing in that text, really laying out the fact that the state, the government, doesn't have our best interests in mind. Our misrecognition is central to how the U.S. operates politically, economically, etc. And also inspired by Audre Lorde's revolutionary statement around self-care. And what I saw from these women, I didn't go into the field studying happiness. I actually went into the field ready to study diasporic relationships between African Americans and Jamaicans. But what kept happening is that the women would.
Okay, if that's clear, I hope that's clear enough. And to make sure things are going very well, let's do one more test. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna keep playing here because it's look like the volume is good enough on here. So I'm gonna do this. I'm going. All right. So me. Hmm.
2009 graduate of the Culture and Anthropology Department, PhD, here at Duke University. How you doing, Professor?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
One of the things I love about this book, and you talk about it in the first chapter, when we think about political projects, you know, we think about land, we think about money, the power to vote. You talk about happiness as a political project. You know, unpack that for a moment.
Sure.
And let y'all know, I'm not gonna play the full thing. I'm just going to play snippets of it from her own mouth about the writing and what goes into the book. So let's keep going.
So the book is an argument that pursuing happiness is a political project for Black women, inspired by Melissa Harris Perry's Sister Citizen and the work that she's doing in that text, really laying out the fact that the state, the government, doesn't have our best interests in mind. Right. Our misrecognition is central to how the U.S. operates politically, economically, et cetera. And also inspired by Audre Lorde's revolutionary statement around self-care. And what I saw from these women, I didn't go into the field studying happiness. I actually went into the field ready to study diasporic relationships between African Americans and Jamaicans. But what kept happening is that the women would stop me, they would say, I'm happy here. There was a lot of happiness dialogue. And so when I came back from the field and looked at my data, it was happiness that stood out. And so the argument is that these women are very clear that happiness is not available to them within the U.S., within these national borders. And though it seems to be an inalienable right for some people, it's not for all of us because of our racialized and gendered positionalities. Yeah. And so they're invested in kind of finding where they do have access to happiness and how they can use the capital here to find it somewhere else.
So So it lets you know that women, some, not all, that go outside America, they do find some happiness, but they're in another patriarchal society, particularly in the West Indies. As you know, Islander men, a good portion of them, some think matriarchal, but they move patriarchal in their actions more. Now, do they move more patriarchal here in America? Most likely, yeah. But the problem is, we all know how America is functioning. True patriarchy. So only here, in the West, we call America. Most men, Black men, or non-white men, and think it's okay to be babies. But overall, you're not a baby, you're an actual man, but they condition you, including the woman, to be and conduct yourself like a baby. You need to break out of that infantile state of mind. But nonetheless, fair use.
For people that will say you're an ethnographer.
Yes.
You had the best research agenda possible. Traveling back and forth to Jamaica.
Drinking red stripes.
So first of all, how did you meet these women, right? How did that become a project in which you would essentially become, part of their lives for almost a decade, traveling back and forth with them in their pursuit of happiness, right? I mean, are you pursuing your happiness in the same context?
I don't know that mine lies in Jamaica. My family's from Jamaica. I had never been before I did field work. And when I went, I was actually going there to study Japanese consumption of dance hall culture. But that project didn't work out in my preliminary research. It was a long time ago. And so, but when I was doing the research to go to Jamaica and figure out where I should.
Now, mind you, it don't seem to me she travels outside America until she is I believe a professor or in the field anthropology. Let me see. I'm going to read her background. Bianca C. Let me see what her accreditations are. Let me look. It says here, professor of anthropology of the Center of University. It's a professor. Blah, blah. Oh, damn! This thing rubbed out. So I don't like when people print out papers because let's see. Let me see if I can find a background of her. I might have to Google her. Let me keep going. Fair use. I'm gonna find her background of her education.
Stay, I came across the website that I ended up doing virtual ethnography in, Jamaicans.com. And what
was fascinating to me was there a section of the website where someone kind of gave us a stage, and one trip report was almost 300 pages long, and it was this really kind of what I would call organic ethnographer report where the people were very aware of the power dynamics that were happening within travel and tourism and within the diaspora. And so I went to the country to do my first project there, and came across these women, and they were amazing and fascinating. And I was like, they're living their full lives, they're dancing, they know the latest hip hop lyrics and the latest dance hall moves. And then Deborah Thomas, who was one of my co-advisors at the time, I came back and told her about them. And she was like, this is your dissertation project. And what I found amazing about them is that they weren't sitting back and saying, okay, so racism and sexism in the US exists and we're just gonna have to suffer through it. And they were like, no, we're going to live full lives post 40, post 50, post 60. We're gonna have intimate sexual lives. We're gonna have girlfriendships, friendships.
See that? These are ladies that are broken the wall, that's going around in their what we call sexapades. And if y'all recall, Stella Got Her Groove Back, that was once a book written, then turned a movie 2 years later after 1996. And roughly, the book that Bianca published and wrote was something that was 20 years in the making. Because if you look at the timeline between Stella Got Her Groove Back, the book, and offshoot of the actual physical movie, starring what's her name? Starring Angela Bassett. At that time, she was actually just turned 40 when she did that movie. Well, she probably filmed it when she was 39, but roughly that movie came out when she was just 40 years of age. So the time is so on point if you think about it. Of a woman in her 40s trying to find a jolt of new life. And conclusion, she went on these girls' trip with her own friend. And, she found a young, I think maybe young teenager, black male in Jamaica to have fun with, have sex, and even go as far as get married to the boy. And it come to find, this is a real true story. And the young Jamaican that she married, the man is indeed a homosexual man. Unfortunately. Anyway, let's keep going. And make sure you guys like the stream. And leave a comment. If y'all want to come up and give dialogue or give your take on today's stream, please press 1 or leave a comment and I will put the link. Fair use.
And enjoy pleasure and leisure.
One of the things I wonder about with these women, in order to do this consistently, that means they have, relative to where black women are in the U.S., I mean, they have a relative amount of privilege to be able to have professional lives that allows them enough leisure time to take long trips, and obviously access to money that allows them to do that. How much were they aware of that relative privilege while they were in Jamaica, particularly in relationship to black women in Jamaica who very often are working in the service, right. In some cases,
right. What stood out to me about these women was that a lot of them are kind of lower middle class, somewhat unstable class. So, post workers, high school guidance counselors,
right? Black aspirational
professors in the disposable income. We can talk later. They work really hard for their money, and their trips to Jamaica are sacrifices. Like, they save a lot of time and money to.
Now, mind you, when you mean save money, time, you mean most of that, and we all know some of them, they had children, some of them were not married. Where are they getting this money from? Now, I heard one lady say they usually plan their trips in advance. That's how they're able to cough up the money, so they make these trips. But it's much deeper than that. A lot of ladies, let's be honest, if they get any child support or any other means of income, they have ways of getting that money to make that trip possible. And I'm not saying men don't do the same thing. Very little black men sit there plan a trip in advance on the average, save money. And because let's be honest, most men on the average, ladies, we just don't have time to be saving money like that just to go out overseas to pay for coochie. Even back then. Now today it's a little different now because we have this thing called passport bros. So a lot of them are going out there, having a good time. Some out there mostly spending money on box, and the ones that's like I would say 50 and up, most likely they might go out there and might want to get a wife, but they had to wait till they're super old, to go look for a nice 20-year-old woman to hope wipe up in another country. I remember one time Uncle D said it best that, he told us one gentleman that, you're in your late 30s, she's just in her 30s, you getting a actual post-war woman that already has kids, and she's looking at him as a lick to get a green card, so yeah. Oh yeah. Anyway, enough of that. Fair use.
Do it. They were aware of the disproportionate kind of power dynamics and class differences between them and Jamaican women, but I don't know that they spent a lot of time really teasing that out. And one of the chapters is me kind of analyzing this diasporic triangle. So African American women who may or may not be looking for sex but are really enjoying being the object of desire or the desirable in Jamaica from Jamaican men. What are Jamaican men getting out of this kind of relationship? And then
oh, well, I will tell you, Miss Bianca C. Williams, the Jamaican men are getting the lovely lady's wallet, that purse. They're not really concerned too much about their box. They get in that purse. And the purse goes a long way than what they got in their front. Especially if you're over the age of 35. Now, if you're in your 20s, and there are some young 20-some-year-old women that's going out there, depending, because now in America, because the obesity rate is very problematic in America, a lot of Americans are bigger. I mean, in Jamaica, it's not as big. People are normal weight. Some might be underweight, but nonetheless, they it's not outside America. There's not a lot of fat people, personally. But if you're a big person in America, like say you're a lady, you're seeking desire, you're thinking that going overseas to be that desirability, you are sadly, and I mean sadly with a big S, mistaken. You are American. You have what we call the United States dollar that goes a long way. And a lot of foreign men are going to take advantage of it. They're going to capitalize it because they need that dollar bill just to get above water, Because, rent in, I think, in Jamaica is pretty affordable. But anyway, let's keep going. Fair use and effect. And like always, subscribe to the channel. If you want to jump up, climb up, leave a comment in the chat room or whatever, and I will put the link. Fair use.
The fact that these women are going to Jamaica and in some ways, just because of the way tourism as an industry is set up, are making Jamaican women invisible. Mm-hmm. And ways that they are invisible in the U.S. Absolutely. Right? And so whether intentionally or not, kind of doing to Jamaican women what they are experiencing in the U.S. So there was some acknowledgement of it. I'm not sure they spent a lot of time teasing that out. But there was a desire for sisterhood, though. Yeah. They still desired to be connected to Jamaican women. But again, power dynamics, right? The question of why Jamaica and this idea of particularly African Americans needing some idea of a black paradise. In 2018, it's Wakanda. Yes. Right. For these women, Jamaica is Wakanda. Right. A decade ago. Why Jamaica?
I'll give you the answer before Bianca gives her so-called rational answer.
So I think Stella,
because they need the yard men or the West Indian men to break their backs. They're looking for the yardstick to poke them enough, repeated times until they bust in ecstasy. That's what they're asking for. That's what they need. They always hear and see the videos of the men taking what they call mud oil and rubbing it on their big butts. It's a form of aphrodisiac for a lot of ladies to get that arousal. So when it's time for the the Jamaican West Indian man to put some serious dick on them, they're ready for it, and thus they scream. Various effect.
Both the movie and the film have a huge influence. So when I tell people what I studied, they assume that these women are Stellas, right? And so we have to tease that. I think it's more complicated than that.
Teaching this book to my undergraduates and letting them had seen the movie.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, so it's like they had no
Yeah, this thing's buffering.
I was like, no, Tay Diggs was like a look. Tay Diggs literally.
Man, this is annoying, man, for real. This is really annoying.
He looks like a little boy.
Yeah, he's super.
Yes,
super young in that movie. So for them, like Stella, it wasn't.
Wait, guys.
They wanted to be Stella, but
hold on, guys.
But there was this idea that Stella gave permission for Black women to travel alone and travel in groups and can do leisure, right? There was this like, you know, we have experienced a lot of pushback from our families and friends on being selfish enough to experience leisure. And the story, the fairy tale of Stella, the fantasy of Stella gave them permission to do that. So Stella gives them permission. And then once they're there, Jamaica is about being in a predominantly Black space. So being able to escape, maybe even momentarily, white American racism and white gaze, and to be able to interrogate some of these power dynamics. This idea that we have a shared history of transatlantic slave trade with Jamaican people. Some people would say that they felt like their spiritual home was Jamaica. So in thinking about transatlantic slave trade, the stop in Jamaica meant that people were able to hold on to African culture better than we were in the U.S., that these things were really erased from us in the U.S. And so going to Jamaica is both a fantasy and a paradise and a release, but also a deep connection to something that they feel like culturally they cannot access here.
One of the more poignant books.
Yeah, so, you know, they go down there, from what is said, to find some cultural relief, blah, blah, blah. But we gotta be honest, man, it's not really a lot of people that's born in America go down there just for the cultural relief. They go there just to get a different experience, to feel like they are the ones. In meaning that in America, you're treated like a Negro here, less than. Outside America, you might be treated as much more worth something. So for like certain people, like the men, why the men travel, because they want to be something more than they are. And not only that, but your dollar goes much further outside America, personally. Yeah. That's how I look at it. Matter of fact, I think I know what's wrong. I could be wrong, but let me do this test. How many more minutes on this? I'm gonna play up to the 9-minute mark, and I'm gonna hold on.
Parts of the book is in the end when you're writing your conclusion.
Oh no.
All right, let me remove this. I think I know what's wrong, guys. I didn't think about this earlier. This might fix it. This might not. Who knows? And make sure you guys like the stream and share the stream as well. You know the deal. We're talking about Paying for the Deed, Volume 2. Another more extensive look and the interview of the one writer, Bianca C. Williams, that wrote about this. She goes in her detail about, how men are paying. Actually, how women are out there not only getting their relief, but they are searching for a second life, meaning that they're out there just to hope in regards to feel like they're special or feel like that they are the ones of self-worth, because they were not self-worth in America. So obviously the next best thing, you go to third world countries to get that certain to say the competition is more in your favor. And let's be fair and honest, a lot of ladies don't like competition. I'm surely convinced they never did like competition. Okay. Let me see if this will work. This might do better. All right. Let me see if this will work better.
Really raised in the context of folks who do ethnography, that no one actually prepares you to leave the field, right? To reintegrate back into your life, and it.
Yeah, this thing's buffering too much. I just don't like this.
At least develop some distance from the field.
All right, guys. I'm just gonna run.
Even as you're still very much in the writing.
I'm gonna run the audio of this because the buffering is too crazy on this, man. I don't know why it's doing that. It should not be doing that, but it's doing it now. And no way to correct it. All right, let me see where I'm at on this. Okay, perfect.
Intellectually connected to the field. It was extremely difficult, and I haven't figured out yet how to train my graduate students or my undergrads to do that better either. I don't think we talk about it enough. As a ethnographer, who shows up in the field is you, but it is a different version of you. There's a lot of things that we did as a group, or even conversations, or people that I would never really have in my everyday life. I'm pretty quiet, generally speaking, in some ways. And there's things as an ethnographer, you kind of have to push yourself out of a comfort zone in order to build trust and relationships with people, in order to understand culture. Like, how is this community working? What is important to folks? And it doesn't always line up with who you are in your real life. So you really are not performing, but extending a public self as an ethnographer. And then when the field is over, part of my the tough, challenging part was that I did virtual ethnography, and so every day I would choose an endpoint. There was a new post that would go up the next day. I'd be like, oh, I have to have that too. So it was not only leaving a physical field, but leaving a virtual field when that fieldwork stopped was a question. But the physical work was, I'm a Black woman who's studying Black women. I very much felt connected to these women. They gifted me their stories. They told me that they were telling me their stories because they wanted our generation to be able to do Black womanhood better, to do it in a way that wasn't as traumatic. They want us to learn from their mistakes and their wins. So leaving the field felt like, you know, when you're calling me at 11 p.m. during field work, yes, I'm going to answer that call, even though I'm married and I'm like, I have all these things. But when you leave the field, no, I can't answer the phone all the time. No, I can't mediate this thing. It's really tough to figure out where to stop that relationship. It's a relationship that you have. And I think a lot of us do. I don't think I left the field well at all. And I wish I had maybe considered it better and would have had more strategies for how to do that. So let them know, not even only me, like my personal transformation, coming back to my family, coming back to my friends, coming back to school to finish with them.
All right. Well, you know, like I said, you guys go watch the rest of this. I'm not gonna keep going because after all, it's just a bunch of babbling. Anyway, not no offense to Bianca C. Williams, but wrote a good book. I advise everybody to pick it up. So I don't think I have anything else. I have anything else on this? No, I don't really have anything else to say on this. This is just a regular stream, fair stream. Give real serious criticism. Women do pay for the dick, regardless of their excuses why they do it, why they do what they do. Nonetheless, in regards to men that travel and paying for sex or that they consider sex tourism, it is another form of mate guarding as I look at it. It's not really good mate guarding, personally, in my opinion, because really, truly, you can't really mate guard what men decide to do with their own phallus. I know there's a lot of dudes are saying things about why you can't find women here. And also, but I'm saying, if your concern is another black man or any man getting women here, why is that really concern? Because less men that want the women here, that should be more ladies for you to have nice entanglements with on an everyday basis. I'm just saying. I mean, last time I checked, most dudes they're not really stingy, but they always said share the yams. Last time I checked, so really true, you get more yams in the field. So if a man doesn't want no yams, that's his business, unfortunately. But regardless to they're talking about these dudes are doing things that it's problematic on stuff. It's just another form of saying, take your little 40, some 50, 60, or 70 or 80K or six figures and bring back to me. I need that money. And I do say, and I say, oh, no, I pass. I'll just pass. And that's what it is. So, like I said, I hope that you got some out of this. Go back to the replay of this. And for those that watch this, another thing, please leave a comment on certain sections during the replay that you find interesting or you don't find interesting. Because, like I said, there are some things in the videos that was said in regards to first early stage of sex tourism, how it was done in the West Indies, how they trained young boys to, not to persuade and swoo the lovely ladies off their feet so they can get to open their purse and give them their money to them. That's pretty much it. Like I said, if you're new to the Chaos Reign Show, welcome. Welcome to the Chaos Reign Show. Also, you know the deal. Follow me on Twitter at Chaos Reign 7. Add me as a friend on Facebook, Eric Green on Facebook. Also, join the Discord servers of the Chaos Reign Show. That's in the about section. And last but not least, follow me and join my Rumble. I think it's called Chaos S23 on Rumble. That's on the About section of this page on YouTube. Those are links. Follow me. Get at me. Hit at me. You know the deal. So thank you again for watching. And wait, hold on. Oh, shit. I forgot one thing. One thing. My manners. Like always, guys, you know the deal. You know where to catch me. Where's my thing? Oh, there will be a stream. There will be back stream very soon. So be on the lookout. If you want to know what that is, make sure your notification bell is hit on high. And like always, the Chaos Reign.